Hi everybody, welcome to Techism Academy. In this video, we're going to be talking about the CSS index property. The next one we're going to move into is overflow property. The CSS overflow property. The CSS overflow property controls what happens to content that is too big to fit into an area. It specifies whether to clip the content or to add scroll bars when the content of an element is too big. The overflow property has the following values. The visible, that is the default, the overflow is not clipped. The content render outside the box element. We have hidden, the overflow is clipped and the rest of the content is hidden. We have scroll bar are added. User must scroll to see all content. Then we have auto, that is similar to scroll, but add scroll bar only when necessary. Here scroll bar are added to an overflow. So let's make our own example. So come here, we can have H2 and we'll say overflow, which is equals to visible, because that is the first thing we want to work on. Then we'll come here, we'll have a p tag. We'll say by default, overflow is visible. Then we want to create like more content. Let's just say meaning that it is not clipped and is rendered outside the box element. Let's go. Then the next one, we can have a div. And inside this div, we can say you can use the overflow property in the CSS that shows overflow, and let's just create content horizontally. Please give us more words. Good. Let's just have it like this. Then let's give this div a class name. Let's just say flow. That is it. Then we'll come to flow visible. Oh, I think this will work. Flow visible. Good. Now let's come here. Let's come to our style. We'll come here. We'll say dot flow visible. We want our overflow to be visible. Then we'll give it a background color of green yellow. Then as well, we'll give it a width of 200 pixel. Width of 200 pixel. Then we'll give it height of 65 pixel. Then we'll give it border. We'll give it border of 1px solid black. Then overflow visible. That's perfect. Now let's check our results. This is what will give us overflow, which is visible. Let's see what we have. Can you see our overflow is visible? Let's see, add more. What did we give it? Let's give it height of 70. At least it's 2 ahead. Good. So as you can see, our overflow is visible. Then the next thing we want to do, let's do overflow hidden. Now, from visible, we'll do overflow hidden. Now let's see what we have. With the work of overflow hidden, our overflow has been hidden. Then the next thing we need to do is, with the work of overflow hidden, our text is hidden. Then now let's do overflow scroll. You know, I mentioned all these examples. Scroll. Now let's see what scroll does. Can you see how scroll works? For you to see the rest of the content, that's what overflow scroll does, but it does not do anything here. So the next thing, let's see the next one. Now, let's try to give it auto, overflow auto. If we have more text to the left, now let's give it auto. Now, it's just giving it here to this side. I hope you understand. So that's how overflow works. Can you see we've done visible, auto, scroll, hidden. Let's move to the next one. We have overflow. CSS overflow visible. By default, the overflow is visible, meaning that it is not clipped and is rendered outside the element box. You can use the overflow property when you want to have better control of the layout. The overflow property specifies what happens if the content overflow an element box. We have hidden, that is when you want to hide it, that is with the hidden value, the overflow is clipped and the rest of the content is hidden. You can use the overflow property when you want to have better control of the layout. The overflow property specifies what happens if the content overflow an element. That is for hidden. We have overflow scroll, which says with the scroll value, horizontal and vertical scroll bars are always added. User must scroll to see all content, and you can use the overflow property when you want to have better control of the layout. The overflow property can specifies what happens to the content what happens if content overflows an element. Then we have overflow auto. That is, the auto value is similar to scroll, but it added a scroll bar only when necessary. You can use the overflow property when you want to have better control of the layout. The overflow property specifies what happens if the content overflows an element. So I hope you understand. We have hidden, visible, scroll, and auto. And we can as well do one more example, which is overflow X and Y. That is, you want overflow hidden and overflow scroll. Let's try it out. So in this place, we already have it. So we'll come here, we'll create two div. We'll give it one is X, one will be Y. So we can come here, we can say instead of having overflow auto, we can say overflow Y. One should be hidden and one should be scroll. So overflow Y will be scroll, then overflow X will be hidden. Overflow X hidden. So if you want to hide one of X and you want Y to be obvious, you can just come and let's see what we have. So one is hidden and one is scroll. Now let's give this one hidden as well. What would happen? Hidden and scroll. Now let's say, because we don't have, can you see? So this is for scroll, but because we don't have much content, so this is giving us this. I hope you understand. Thank you for watching this video. Please do well to follow us across all socials at Tech is Rain Academy. See you next time. Bye.